Wow, an actual long-form video about trains for once. Yay! While I work on more tedious videos, I thought I'd put something out at least to please the viewers, and to try a new format. If you want more of this, let me know down below. I don't plan to do these every month, more so just whenever I get a lot of interesting catches in one month. Watch me literally catch something that just tops the list right after writing the script. Hey, future me here. Yeah, this literally happened. More on that later. And want to showcase the full videos of them. In no particular order whatsoever, here's my best catches of February 2026. Seeing one, if not multiple Y and 2 units is not uncommon in my neck of the woods. Really, the story behind this is kind of depressing, I guess. I originally went out for M426 since it had 2 ex-BNSF locomotives trailing, including a war bomber, but it was super late and I gave up after a bit and only got to see M427 for the day. And to rub salt in the wound, I guess, M426 showed up 20 minutes after my train home left. But in my defense, I'd have to wait until 11 PM at night to head home if I stayed longer, and it was like -4 degrees out. Wow. I managed to catch this somewhat last minute that day. I wasn't planning on it since someone told me there was a doubleheader on my line, which wasn't true, and you know who you are for doing that. After literally seeing nothing special, any other option to get me along the NEC in time for this tow extra would be too late. So I did the most logical thing a financially responsible adult would do in this situation, and paid $60 for it.
Hell no, man.
Yeah,
What the fuck?
but at least I saw it. God, I'm never doing that again. I decided to go to Worcester that day, since another friend would be going, and to my surprise, an extra P&W train ran that day. It is not unusual to have extra trains run on weekends as opposed to typical weekday service, but for the first time seeing Providence and Worcester in action, this was a treat, and 4005 has a good horn. Why the fuck did I say it like that? same day as the previous train. Really, it was about being at the right place at the right time for this one. Absolutely nobody had any idea this was going to happen today, since the same consist had been sitting at Southampton Street Yard for like a week at that point. But nonetheless, on my train home back from Worcester, I heard over my scanner that an Amtrak extra was getting permission on my line. Also, a lot of my friends were going crazy and messaging me about it to get my ass to Framingham. Luckily, this train was following the outbound train that was meeting my inbound train at Framingham, so I basically jumped off the train, ran to the other side, and was able to catch this in all its glory. 3 Amtrak Heritage units in one spot is pretty crazy, but what's even more crazy is that 9406 was recently sent to Beech Grove, which means that it might literally fucking die. If that's the case, then that was the last time that unit in particular was in Massachusetts. The fact that it's my favorite NPCU makes it more special to me. Even though it's a trail fail, none of my friends and I knew that it was on Z264 that day until like an hour before it showed up. We've been getting more interesting things now with the reroute on the BNA trackage. Picture this. A group of foamers all crammed into an Uber going to a public street that might genuinely make you question if it was trespassing or not. The driver misses the turn, but saved the day with the most sickest illegal U-turn ever known to man. And then we finally got to the spot, goofed around for an hour, saw it, and then walked 32 minutes to a Wendy's. Their chicken tenders are awful, by the way, but their spicy nuggets are good. And then called it a day. Sounds like the best day ever to me. I already knew 145 was on its way, but apparently, it had to switch to track 1 due to an inbound train's fire alarm going off. I could literally hear it going off in the background of the scanner's feed, by the way. But by the time 448 was supposed to arrive, track 2 was clear, and that inbound left, so it went on the other track anyways and overshot out of my frame. But at least I got a shave and a haircut. Okay, this video might not make any sense whatsoever, but let me explain. After failing to catch M426 this day with 2 rear DPUs because of my train being late, I decided to stick around Worcester for a bit to see what else I would see, and lo and behold, the world's most goofiest CSX lash-up known to man just spawned out of literally nowhere, like 2 Gevos, a Mac, 2 SD40s, and a Jeep thrown in there just for shits and giggles at this point. What the hell even was this? It only seemed to go down to the other side of the yard with a few cars, and then Amtrak 448 decided to show up early while I was filming this train too, which made for a pretty cool meet. I have no idea what the engineer said to me at the end. Yep, just when I thought absolutely nothing would show up at the end of the month, this did. I initially thought this would show up on Sunday, but it showed up on Saturday. I was already aware of it showing up, but 11:29 on its own heading to Framingham is probably the most goofiest shit I've ever seen. But yeah, it picked up 10:03, which is slightly grayer than 10:02 for some reason, and headed to Reedville. Very good way to end off the month. It's nice to actually get a good video this time of 11:29 at Framingham. Don't even remind me about the last time. There was supposed to be an even cooler catch at the end of this video, but someone made up rumors about a Norfolk Southern OCS running to air, and we all basically got played. To the foamers who provide false information, here's my letter to you. Dear foamtards, please stop. This is so annoying. Yours truly, average MBTA Railfan.